I'm not seeing us live yet.
Yep, I got it.
There it is. We are live.
Watch now.
I'm seeing live and stream starting soon.
Oh, I like that background.
Ooh, fancy, fancy.
It isn't? Let me see.
Do you have a audio capture on that particular scene? Yeah, then yeah, not going to. The only one that I forgot to do that to yesterday, of course, was the sponsor thing. So where Evie went through the entire sponsor list and nobody heard a thing.
I hear
At the
him.
very
I hear us
beginning.
now.
The very beginning.
Yeah, I hear everyone.
Oh yep. Yeah, it's definitely audio live.
Okay, Evelyn, 21 months. No need to brag. We get it.
I have been here since the beginning.
7 months. All right. Okay, I'm just trying to be happy about my 2 little months.
That's seeing. I'll have you know that.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how this is gonna go. It's just gonna be me breaking my accent every 5 minutes.
And just completely laughing at.
This is the first time I've ever done the voice for a game, so
I love it though. It's so good.
And I want to cry, but I'm wearing makeup.
ooh, goals, challenge accepted.
I have paper and I have a pencil.
Oh dang! Oof.
Oh, I went much farther than paper and pencil. I mean, I've got my my writing stick and my parchment pad, and I got my purple beholder thing, and I got my purple dice.
I forgot you
Wait.
had the awesome beholder tray. The purple.
Yes,
What if
yes, yes.
I can't use notes on my computer?
wait.
I need an
By the way,
actual piece
Danny?
of paper, right?
I've also got my +3 back scratcher.
I can't. I'm literally not
Also,
gonna find a piece.
it also is it also functions as my spell focus. I'll have you know.
We got this. It's gonna be great. Oh, that reminds me. I need to share. Copy URL.
But by the way, you didn't make any plans this time, did you? Because love you. Uh-huh.
What are you gonna be nice about?
He's been working on the railroad.
Oh. Robert, I swear if I hear that voice in my dreams tonight, I'm gonna have some salty words for you at 4 a.m. on Discord.
Ooh, I like the sound of
Pac-Man?
this.
Pac-Man?
Ridiculous.
All right.
2. Take off. Blast
We're
off.
here.
This is so cute.
Hello, everybody. How are you today?
Welcome to the chat.
Woohoo!
Well, all of the feels? Every single one? Oh.
That's a lot of
All the
feels.
feels. All of them. I'm expecting many feels today. Hi. Yes, I love it.
I was like, wait, what?
Whose stream is this anyway?
You're
Jane?
muted
Aw.
according to chat.
Womp womp.
Has she
Okay,
been
you
muted
are
this whole
muted.
time?
Let me
Did you
double check.
add an audio capture for yourself?
How about now? Can you guys hear me? Let me know in the chat. I'm so sorry.
Can you hear? Does the yes mean you can hear?
You're good.
I'm good?
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think.
Okay, so rewind. Welcome to BlueBoxRPG, usually run by the fabulous and fantastic John and Jenny Birchfield, who are on vacation. Hi guys. So tonight we have Nostalgia Mansion, where everything's made up and the XP doesn't matter. All right, so my name is Danny, also known as TheHoneyBeeCrafter on Instagram and Discord. You can also find. I'm coming through really quiet.
I'm deaf. Yeah, you're just quiet, but I can hear you now.
How about now?
Okay.
That's better.
Okay.
Much better.
Well, if you hear a weird noise in the background, that's my computer. All right.
And one more time for the introduction.
Yes. Third time's the charm.
Third time's charm. Yep,
Welcome
yep,
to BlueBoxRPG, home to the fabulous and always entertaining John and Jenny Birchfield, who are on vacation. Hi, guys. Tonight we are streaming a one-shot by me called Nostalgia Mansion. So welcome to the mansion where the entire thing's made up and the XP doesn't matter. Whose stream is it anyways? Tonight it's mine. My name is Danny and I'm the HoneyBeeCrafter on Instagram and Discord. You can also find these lovely people also there. Let's start with Fraley, aka Colonel Mustard. This side.
I am Patrick, otherwise known as Fraley17, most times in chat. I will be playing tonight Colonel Mustard, who is a level 5 barbarian. Colonel Mustard is a southern gentleman. He has the slight odor about him that smells like barbecue, Old Spice, and mothballs all rolled together. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. So he will be hopefully not dying tonight, but having a good and fun time.
Yay. All right, next up we have the fabulous Theater Evie, aka Mrs. Peacock.
Hi everyone, I'm Evelyn. I'm Theater Evie on Instagram and Twitter. I can also be found here on BlueBoxRPG regularly, as I am the other partner in this lovely stream and our Discord and everything. And you will see me on Discord regularly if you join our Discord. I am playing Mrs. Peacock this evening. She is a half-elf druid, level 5. Yeah, that's
Next up, you've seen her recently, and you'll see her again on Friday, Miss Scarlet.
Hi, I'm Kristen, aka Miss Scarlet, aka D&D Imposter on Instagram. Find me here on Blue Box once in a blue moon. Also on NPC Voices stream on Monday nights, and our current DMs stream on Friday nights. You can catch us either of those days.
And then, last but certainly not least, the fabulous, the wonderful Professor Plum.
Well, hello, everybody. I am Robert Anthem NJ, and, well, if you can't find me, you are not looking hard enough. I am playing Professor Petronicus Portnoy Plum, gnome wizard extraordinaire, and I just got one question for you. Do you even evocate grow?
I was not expecting that at all.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, here at BlueBoxRPG, there's also some absolutely fabulous sponsors. So we're going to go to the intermission screen. It's not intermission. Our lovely Evelyn, Theater Evie, is going to tell you about our sponsors while I do some things behind the scenes.
all right. everyone. Here on BlueBoxRPG, we love and appreciate our sponsors so very much, and they are all very fantastic and just amazing, and they help us be able to do a lot of the cool things that we're able to do over here. So we wouldn't be what we are without them. So first of all, I would like to talk about Cozy Gamer. Theron over at Cozy Gamer makes beautiful dice. If you need some sparkly math rocks, go check her out on her Instagram, on her website. Yes, all of her beautiful dice are over there to see. Next we have Mantic Games, the creators of Terrain Crate. They also make lots of other terrain and miniatures, and so you should check them out on their website. Next, we have Trollord Games. Trollord Games is the publisher of Castles and Crusades, which you actually saw a one-shot using Castles and Crusades on our channel last night, if you were here for the Twisted Tower. But yes, so if you're interested in any of their other published modules or any of their Castles and Crusades stuff, you can go over to their website, which is trollord.com. Next, we have Frederica Draws. Frederica Volova does all of our artwork for our main campaigns for both Greyhawk Awakening and Rise of the Rune Lords. So any of our character art you have seen, you can see it over there on our streams, as well as our lovely mystical DM Neuromancer art. But yeah, so go check her out. She's on Instagram, and you can go to her website to actually commission some art from her. And next we have another amazing artist, Mike Disney. He does a miniature painting as well as a lot of other 2D art on his Instagram, but you can see him painting minis on his Twitch channel regularly throughout the week, usually early in the morning. But yeah, so if you want to see him in action, check him out on his Twitch, but you can see it everywhere he's at through his link tree there. And finally, last but not least, we have Ferox Fabrication. They make lots and lots of awesome tools for your miniature painting needs. They have mini holders, they have paintbrush holders, they have wet palettes. They also make custom DM screens and custom wooden signs and various other things. You can check out their store and the beautiful things that they make in their Instagram as well. That is all of our sponsors over here on BlueBox, and we say thank you so much to every single one of you. We appreciate you here so much.
Wow, try to say that 3 times fast. Well, while our lovely Mrs. Peacock catches her breath, let me set the scene for you. So, many decades have passed since this crew first got together and solved the murder that occurred in the mansion. It's been so long that we can't quite remember. Was it Mr. Green in the library with a rope? Was it Miss Scarlet in the kitchen with the lead pipe? Nobody quite remembers, but it was such a long time ago. And the rest of the group has been recalled to the mansion. Mrs. White, being old back then, is even more elderly and frail now and has requested assistance. She still lives in the mansion and is very, very concerned about all the strange goings-on that is occurring as things go. At first, this was just dismissed as the ravings of an older lady starting to lose her grasp on reality, but now it's come out to be something much more sinister. The scene begins as our characters arrive into the foyer where they are greeted by Mrs. White. So.
Oh, we meet again. What is this time?
It's been 30 years since we last set eyes on each other, and yet I remember like it was yesterday. But things have never been quite the same since we figured out who killed poor Joffrey. There's strange things happening in this house. There's mice overrun in the kitchen. No matter how many traps or elaborate ones we set, there are some spooky voices coming from the office, which I will no longer enter. The observatory has been locked up for ages, and we can't enter no matter what we try. The poor groundskeeper seems to have gone missing, and her husband, our plumber, just wails about. It's chaos here. I need your help. I can't do it on my own anymore.
Have you thought about getting a cat? Maybe 2. You know,
Yeah, yes, we had cats. They seem to go missing.
mm,
So, if
Are we
Yeah.
all
yeah,
together
you
already?
guys all are there in the entryway. You arrived. The doors are shut behind you, and you cannot leave.
Miss Scarlet's gonna kind of walk past everyone a little bit, and as she's going around Professor Plum, kind of like keeps walking. She looks at everyone. So, Mrs. White, why have we been brought here exactly? It seems you have all these problems. Why us again?
Well, to be frank, dear, I can't handle it anymore. And you guys were so helpful last time. Just please get to the bottom of everything that's going on in this house. There's strange noises in the attic, the basement. I don't even want to talk about the basement. The library, things are just everywhere. There's so many things. Just please help bring the mansion back to its former glory and get rid of whatever is causing all of these issues.
Well, of course
I
we'll
thought
help.
I thought we didn't solve the mystery last time.
Did we not?
How helpful could we be? But there's a library, so my time. I guess it could be a valuable use of my time.
So Colonel Mustard will step up and he will say, "So where do you believe we should start our journey, ma'am?"
Well, you must have had a very long travel. You should probably head to the kitchen to rest up and restore after your long travels. Just watch out for the mouse traps, for there are many.
Yeah. Mouse-infested house. Eating's the first thing on my mind.
I
Okay.
shall leave you to it. I will retire to my room now. And with that,
And where exactly is your room?
in the back by the kitchen where it's always been, dear. So the map to your right there, you're gonna see is a map of the mansion. You guys are up here at the front. Oh my gosh, help me, Obi-Wan Kim Mustard. You're my only hope. Yeah, pretty much. So you guys are here by the front doors, which you can't see my mouse. So you're by the front doors. If you go down that hallway, that's Mrs. White's room. The only thing I can tell you for certain is nothing is in Mrs. White's room. That's not me being sneaky. That's literally, I've planned nothing. It's a blank space.
Mrs. White's in Mrs.
Yeah,
White's
Mrs.
room.
White is in Mrs.
And-
White's room. That's it. That's where she is for the remainder.
She's just standing in an empty room.
She's not even laying down, just
Standing there,
Just staring out the window.
staring at the wall, very creepy like. Yep, it's a jump scene.
Seems about how I remember her, really. So not at all.
Just look at all of them. Shall we retire to the kitchen?
Sure.
Professor Plum elbows Colonel Mustard and says, "Spicy, ask him where her room is." Smooth. Very smooth.
There's always been a thing between Mrs. White and Colonel Mustard. No, I'm kidding.
is this canon?
As Colonel Mustard is turning, he looks towards Miss Plum and says, "You know, that guy right there, he's like a tattoo. Always getting under my skin."
All right.
Who are you calling Mrs.?
So, is it safe to assume you guys are gonna move down the hallway towards the kitchen?
Yeah, okay. You can do that.
All right. So as you guys move towards the kitchen, I really wish you could see my mouse. This is kind of. As you guys move towards the kitchen, you start noticing weird yellow gooey stuff on the floor. It's not everywhere. It's in very thin layer. You guys can easily avoid it, but just kind of like weird oozy yellow stuff along the floor. You get to the entryway to the kitchen and you look around. There's definitely some weird stuff
going on in the kitchen. Hold on one second while I pull that up. It seems that seems to be like your standard stereotypical kitchen. There's a stove, there's cabinets, there's some interesting plates. Glue from the mousetraps. If this would let me add it, that would be great. Sorry, guys. So here is the kitchen. It seems pretty narrow. There's fireplace. There's all kinds of stuff going on. It's your typical kitchen right there. So you guys are in the entryway.
Ugh, I see they have indoor plumbing.
The furry creatures walking around.
Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 19 plus 1. That's 20.
You look around and you don't see any indication that there's mice here at all. There doesn't seem to be any scratchings, anything, and you don't actually see any mouse traps either, now that you're looking at it.
It's food.
Is that she would say there's evidence of mice here, but I do not see any evidence thereof.
You know,
Yeah,
Mrs.
smart one,
White's always
Spicy
been
Brown.
crazy. Go for it. Plum, what did you say? Sorry, I talked at the same time as you.
That's okay. I said you're a sharp one, Spicy Brown.
He just kind of looks over at you.
She just kind of gives you this, boy, like that. That's about it.
Miss Scarlet's gonna kind of have her little prissy walk as she walks to that left side where there's you see there's kind of like a cabinet of sorts, and just run her finger along the top of like the bottom of the cupboard until she gets to the sink. She wants to see how much dust she picks
All
up.
right. What are the rest of you doing as she's doing this?
Kind of.
Mustard will walk over to the window over yonder.
Okay.
Mrs. Peacock is going to kind of start looking towards, like, around the edges of the walls and stuff to see if she spots any mice.
Okay, roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
And while she's doing that, Miss Scarlet, can you roll a dexterity check for me?
Uh-oh.
Roll initiative.
That is a 24 perception.
Okay.
So,
That's gonna be 18 for Dex
At
check.
18. All right. So as you're running your finger along that row of plates, you happen to you're running your finger along that row of plates, and as you're doing that, Miss Peacock, you see just out of the corner of your eye, while you're looking for mice, a glint of light that kind of shimmers by the plates, and as sorry, I'm so excited. I'm getting ahead of myself. As Miss Scarlet runs her finger along the plates, she happens to just tip one slightly so it wobbles, and as it wobbles, light fills the room, and you need to roll for initiative.
Oh no!
ooh,
Okay.
what did you do? Ooh.
That's not good.
What'd you guys get?
All right, I have a 9.
9.
Mhm.
You have an 8. 8.
Yeah.
Alright.
That would be 5.
Sorry? 5?
5.
There's
Yeah.
something with your microphone where, like, you say the first word or two,
Yeah.
and it doesn't pick it up. And then, as you talk, it does.
That's what we've been
Experiencing before you got on.
Yeah.
Alright, nope.
18.
18. Alright, and then, let me get my handy-dandy dice roller. For mine, so this is a trap encounter.
Ooh.
So,
Ooh.
Iculus has given you advantage, by the
thank
way.
you. You're so kind. You don't like them at all.
Look at that. We're gonna have to have a talk, Iculus.
Thank you, Iculus.
This is not cool. Not cool
Yeah,
at all.
so the way that I'm running traps in this game, since we're here, is, I roll that. I'm gonna roll it again for advantage. All right, so that is a 16 for the DM. So the way that I'm running traps is because you're not actually fighting somebody. You have to figure out a way out of the trap. You each get one chance each turn, and when it's the trap's turn, it advances one time. You only have a limited amount of time before the trap kills you. So,
All
all right. So
Well, this is gonna be a very short adventure.
maybe it doesn't kill you, but it is gonna hurt pretty bad. So, oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Crap. Okay. So, I'm gonna drop the kitchen because you don't need it to visualize. All right. So, as she knocks the plate, a flash of light appears. The door to the kitchen slams shut, and a string of glowing runes appears on the walls. That is the only light in the room. You hear a click, 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 click noise, almost as if a gear is turning. And all of a sudden, the ceiling retracts, and you see what almost looks like a cage row of spikes above you. So instead of rolling to attack, I'm going to have you guys take a turn how you would react, and then you'll have to roll for perception, insight, investigation, whatever it is that you're trying to do to make the trap stop. So it's like combat, but it's not.
Right. So, are the runes familiar to me, or what's the
Roll a
story
history check
here?
for me.
Rolls continue. I like these purple dice. I gotta use them more often. I'd used them last night. Maybe when somebody died. History
Yep.
check. Oh, that's a That's a
A
22.
22. All right. So
Oh, yeah, plus 7.
immediately you start looking at the rooms, and they seem familiar to you. They almost seem like something you've seen before that had you've seen notes actually written with this kind of weird handwriting. It's not actually runes. You're looking at it closely, and it looks like really, really messy handwriting. And you can almost make out the word mouse. As you're looking closer and peering at the runes, all of a sudden you guys hear a tonk, and you can hear, it sounds like something hitting something, almost kind of like a shoe kicking something. And it almost sounds like a shoe is kicking something. And with that, it will be Mrs. Peacock.
All right. You said did he communicate what he saw?
Yes.
Okay.
I was probably reading that loud.
Okay. All right. So we know mouse, and then we can't really see anything right now, other than the light from the. So the room's not very well
Correct.
illuminated. All right. So then. I'm trying to think. I don't know what.
You can take an action like you would in combat. You can decide to investigate. You can take something out of your bag to see with. You can try and hit something and see if that changes anything.
Okay. So. I am gonna just look actually where the plates were, where she activated the trap. I kind of want to inspect that closer and see if I can figure out maybe the mechanism and try to maybe reset it if it'll.
Okay. Roll an investigation check for me.
That is a 15.
15. So you're trying to feel your way over by the plates. There is a dim glow that you can kind of see off of, but it's too dark. You can't really see anything. Miss Scarlet, what are you doing?
So I have dark vision. Is there anything I can, like anything that I noticed may have changed when all the lights went out?
Yeah. Roll a perception check for me.
Nat 20, it comes out to 23.
All right. So
I roll good when Evelyn's
Just
around.
a little flex.
I'm gonna bring the kitchen back just for visualization. I should have taken it away. So you guys, so you look around in the dark. You can kind of see, maybe perhaps there's this post, or not this post, but this weird like line that's going to the sink. That looks almost like it would be running water, seems to have rotated, and you notice a shoe dangling from a string from the top of it.
Would me having looked around count as an action? Or can I go, like, tap the shoe? See if
Yeah,
it
go ahead and
moves?
tap the shoe.
Cool, I'm gonna tap the
All right,
shoe.
you tap the shoe, and it kind of swings, dangling. But as it swings, you can kind of see like the arc that it made, so you can see where it used to be like attached to like a weird hook on the wall. Thanks, Pat Draws, for subscribing for 8 months.
Nice.
Yay! Woohoo!
Miss Scarlet's kind of gonna fold her arms a little bit. She's not ready to die for all these people. She just kind of looks over at everyone. She doesn't know who can actually see her or not, but she looks around assuming everyone can. And it's kind of like, ugh, why didn't they see this in the first place? She looks at everyone and she goes, I don't know if anyone noticed, but this shoe was in a different position beforehand. I'm not going to be the one to touch it. It's dangling from this string. So if one of you wants to, by all means, she like takes a step to the side.
All right. Is anybody gonna react to that?
Well, yeah, I gotta react to that, but well, yeah, Red, it's probably a good thing if you stop touching things. Yes, so we can take care of this. Where do I think this thing's supposed to go?
All right, Colonel Mustard, what are you gonna do?
Okay, so how high was the shoe originally hooked to?
Can be
Do you have dark
rehooked.
vision?
Yeah.
So you see the hook, it's about 3/4 of the way up on the wall, just enough so that it would swing down in an arc and hit whatever it is that it hit.
So what I'm saying is,
Am I tall enough to rehook the shoe to the wall, being a dwarf?
No, you are not.
okay.
So I will implore someone with a little more height to maybe put the shoe back where it was to begin with.
Okay. Who are you gonna ask?
Everybody.
I can handle this. Yeah.
Yes.
Over,
no.
honey mustard. I got this. Are we at the top of the
Yeah,
round?
we're at the top of the round. If Colonel
Yeah,
Mustard wanted
so,
to use his turn to boost up the gnome, he could roll a strength check.
Okay.
No. That is
Oh,
not
yes.
the idea.
I will tell Mr. Plump to come forward.
Oh yeah, that's it.
17.
All right. You, despite Professor Plum's protest, boost him up against the wall.
I say, come here.
Come here, little fella. Let me get you up here. Hook that. I say, hook that shoe back to the wall, would you please, kind sir?
Listen, grounded seed. Put me down, otherwise I'm going to give you something a little hotfoot. Don't think I won't. Wait.
We've been throwing him up there.
Geez, I mean,
Just do
come
it.
on. And just to stand his ground, Professor Plum is going to cast Mage Hand, and with the Mage Hand, do it. Pull the shoe and put it back on the hook.
All right. So you,
And then he's going to take the Mage Hand and tweak Colonel Mustard's nose.
all right. What do you say as you're casting Mage Hand?
He looks madder than a wet hen.
Yes, well, you know,
S-
Spirit of the Ancients, or, well, any arcane person out there, lend me a hand.
All right. Mage Hand reaches out, grabs the boots by the little tab at the top of it to help pull it on, and and hooks it back up on the wall, and nothing happens.
Now, would you put me down?
Not certainly,
All
sir.
right. I'm gonna take you casting Mage Hand as your action there, Professor Plum, and
Yes, indeed.
and the
Don't forget to tweak nose.
yep, and it tweaks Colonel Mustard's nose before going poof. As that happens, you hear whatever that weird noise was where the shoe kicked it, you hear a wobbling noise. And up above the spikes above you, you hear what almost sounds, we're going to use acronyms because like this whole game is anachronisms. What almost sounds like a bowling ball going thunk, thunk, thunk. Almost like it's going down and then dropping, and then going down and then dropping, until you hear it hit almost what sounds like one of those pipes, like a ding.
Ew. Oh,
And with that,
oh,
it is Miss Peacock's turn.
That doesn't sound very promising. So she's gonna kind of look and try to. Since she would be clever enough, I think, to figure out where the arc of the shoe is, kind of see where possibly it hit, and look over there now to see if perhaps she can see what triggered everything.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception check for me.
All right. That's a dirty 20.
All right, so you're peering up where the arc of the shoe would have hit, and you see that it kind of must have gone through the cage barred spikes, gone like right through a square of them, and hit this one spot. It looks like there's a board there almost, where it's a long flat board. You can't really see what's on top of it because it's above you, but you kind of get the feeling that the shoe must have hit something that was on that board and triggered it. Sorry.
I think this is a very special kind of mousetrap.
Yeah.
All right. That would be Miss Scarlet's turn.
Oh, you're muted.
Yep. The line that I saw earlier, where did that lead anywhere? Again, I can't remember.
It led to the hook where the shoe was.
Where the shoe was. And that's all I can really see that's out of place. with the dark vision?
Yeah, that's the only thing you can really see that's out of place. You do see like some weird pipes along the walls. You can kind of see in this picture. You see like a weird like water barrel tank thing in the corner. Basically what you see in the kitchen picture.
So did the entire ceiling open up, or is it just a
The entire
section? She's gonna go over to the door and see if it opens.
Roll a strength check for me.
That's gonna be 18.
You try, you reach for the door handle and try shaking it open, but it is stubborn. There's no way you could open it. Not only can you not open it, but the scratchy writing on the walls seems to glow a little bit brighter, and it almost feels like vibrating, sizzling under your hand, but you don't take any damage. All right, and Colonel Mustard, you're up.
Okay,
Can we see where the bowling ball noise came from, and can you actually see the bowling ball itself?
You cannot see what sounded like a bowling ball itself. You're vaguely aware that it was above the spikes in the cage thing on the ceiling.
okay.
Then the big water thing on the far wall, can I go and try to see if it has any type of strings or mechanisms attached to it?
Make an investigation check for me, please.
That
Is 15.
All right, so you notice that this pipe that runs along the ceiling almost leads to that water barrel, and there seems to be a pipe leading from the bottom of it as well to a board on that table below it.
okay.
I guess that's as much as I can do then, correct?
Yeah, you notice it. Yeah.
Can
Yeah, I mean, is there any water filling up that pot,
No,
that bowl?
you don't see any water in it.
okay.
All right. Back to the top, Professor Plum.
Okay, so if he notices what Colonel Mustard's doing, he's gonna check that board to see where that leads. The one that coming from the barrel.
The board looks like a board. You notice it may be on like a weird piece underneath it, so the end closest to the barrel is down and the other end is slightly up. Just easy observation. You don't need to check for that.
So if the ball comes from the barrel, it's not going to. What is the thing? What on carnation is going on here? Yeah, he looks to see if there's anything else in the what the next step may be, because this is feeling like it's an elaborate mousetrap.
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, I really needed to have this dice last night because this is just unreal. Perception. 17.
You recall the tinging pipe noise that you heard earlier? An elaborate mousetrap. Huh. You recall the tinging noise that you heard earlier, and so you look up and notice a small ball that looks to be maybe made of steel, kind of rocking back and forth at the top end of the pipe there by the ceiling.
And that ball would fall down. Where would
It would fall into the pipe that leads to the barrel.
Do I dare?
I don't know, but you did
oh.
your roll, so.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
unfortunately means.
And I pointed out this is the ball up there.
Yep.
Might mean something if it comes down.
As he's saying that, you guys
comes
all
down.
look up to watch the ball rock back and forth and into the pipe where it goes tink, and it rolls around the pipe all the way around that corner and then into the barrel, where you hear it kind of circling on the inside of the barrel, almost like one of those pennies you drop in like the penny donation bin. So it's going. And as it's doing that, it is Mrs. Peacock's turn.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure that if this keeps going, it's going to get really bad. So, I'm going to cast web and try to stop the ball from continuing to roll.
Where are you casting web at exactly?
Into the... Because it can... the 20-foot cube, so I'm going to try to just stick it into the where the ball is, like in the barrel, and try to fill up the opening, like the next opening, as part of that. So just to fill the whole thing and capture the ball as part of that.
Okay. That would be an AC. All right. Roll a d20 for me.
All right. 17 on
17.
the die.
So, go ahead and tell me what it looks like when you cast web and stop the ball.
Alright. So she'll kind of push her sleeves up, and she'll hold her hands out, and she'll just kind of make a general, like, circular shape, and she'll just kind of send it out, and you'll just see kind of this sticky web start to form and kind of creep out over the edges of the barrel and any, like, filling any openings and stuff to try to clog everything up.
All right. So, with the ball successfully stopped, you guys kind of hear like a faint ticking noise in the background.
That's never good.
And just as the ball stops and nothing happens, the ticking slows and stops. And after what seems like forever, you guys hold your breath, and the glowing dims on the walls. And the door that was impossible to open just kind of goes. It opens back up in the kitchen.
Okay, everybody. Very, very slowly. Don't touch anything red. Let's get out of here.
And for the... Sorry, go ahead.
Was that enough of something to be done to it? That
worked.
Okay.
And for those of you that were curious, total out of character moment for a second. This is... where is it? Which one is?
What it would have looked like if we sucked and lost. Black.
This is what you were up against for the trap. It was mousetrapped. So you guys got to the bathtub. Had it gone any further, you guys would have been mousetrapped. You had 2 more rounds before you were dead. But without further ado, you did not die. So, Mrs. White is the BBEG. All right. Without further ado, you guys are free from the kitchen. What is your next move?
So the door in front of us opened, and was there a door that I'm looking at the map right now. Was there a door that we went into to get into the kitchen?
So there's not one on the map, but we're gonna pretend this big open space between the kitchen and Mrs. White's room and the observatory had a door.
Okay. So which way?
You know me, I always want to see the library, but you know, well, yeah. I regret not taking a couple of souvenirs last time we were here. You know, for our troubles.
There's always this time, Professor Plum. As she starts walking out towards the door that just opened.
I like the way you think, Red. And he walks after Miss Scarlet.
Mrs. Peacock will follow.
All right, what's Colonel Mustard doing?
It's gonna be Miss.
Oh, he is.
He's in line following
All
the
right,
group.
so you guys are gonna try and make your way to the library.
I was just walking out the door that just opened. I'm guessing it's to this patio area that's gonna just loop us around.
Oh, sorry, that open door on the map is not open. You would have to go the way towards Miss White's room.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So there's the observatory in Mrs.
Yep.
White's room ahead of
Okay.
us.
She's gonna. Miss Scarlet's gonna.
Do we
walk
want to
towards-
go to the observatory, or do we want to make our way to the library?
Miss Scarlet's just gonna walk to the observatory. She's not even gonna answer.
All
We're
right,
just
the
going.
observatory. When you get to it, you notice there is a giant door that seems intricately carved, shut tight, and there does not appear to be a door handle or a keyhole.
Well, we remember what happened last time when I touched things first, so why don't you guys take the turn?
Perhaps we
You're
should.
up, honey mustard.
Colonel Mustard just looks at him with disdain. So I will look at the carvings on the door and see if I can make out any kind of message or anything like that with the
Do
door.
a history check for me.
That is
19.
So you're looking at the door. You recognize some of the symbols on the door. You can't quite remember where. It looks like there's some grooves in there, almost like something that should be in the door isn't. Some part of it. And anyways, sorry, chat totally got me off guard. So it almost looks like there's like some circular spaces where something should be in the door that's missing. And there's some strange symbols that kind of like make you feel nostalgic, but you're not sure why.
it appears
Because there needs to be some sort of key to get into this door.
and so I look around.
Anywhere around the floor, around the walls, hanging up, anything like that, to see if there's anything that looks like it would go in there that should have been in there.
Roll perception check for me.
I open up the thing.
So you're talking 21.
You look around, you do not see anything on the floor or anywhere nearby, but you have the strangest feeling that if you look through the mansion, you'll probably find it.
Okay. So
We will just tell the rest of the group. I do believe the key will be around somewhere, but not right in our vicinity as it appears.
Oh. The library then, right? Mm-hmm. All good knowledge in the library.
What is your fascination with the library?
Oh, Blix, my dear. All the knowledge. Everything you could want.
Seems a bit suspicious to me. She oddly trusts. I want to say Honey Mustard now. Colonel Mustard. She kind of just like pats him on the shoulder as she kind of walks towards the exit of the area, and she goes, "So then, would you like to lead the way where we're going next? Unless you want to trust him with the library."
Well, I mean, he can lead the way if he wants to.
I said, Miss Scarlet,
You and I walk together, shall we?
Are you asking me or Professor Plum?
you.
Okay. If his arm's out, then Miss Scarlet's gonna take his arm.
Sure. There's only a certain
Gentlemen would.
It's gonna make her blush.
So the Mrs. Peacock, I assume you're joining them? Alright. So the party, gallantly as possible, walks towards the library down the hall, passing a what appears to be a service door on the left and a sealed shut door on the right. As they enter the office, they hear this horrible wailing noise. You guys step into the office. It looks like a stereotypical office. There's a desk in the middle. You have the strangest sensation you're being watched. There's a sense of gloom in the room. And along the inside wall, it's a weird red brick wall. And there's these 10 picture frames hanging on the wall that all appear to be staring at you as this horrible keening noise.
I say to Miss Scarlett, I say, I'm about as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. I don't know about you.
Very disconcerting.
She just laughs and looks at everyone. She goes, "Oh, you get used to this many eyes on you after a little bit of time. Shall we continue to the library, or would you like to stay here and get used to it?"
The Professor Plum walks up to Yellow Mustard and says, "Don't worry, Yellow Mustard. You'll get used to it."
This keening, as this is happening, this wailing, horribly sad sound gets louder, and almost like a rush of wind bursts through the office, even though no windows are open, and a book flies open on the desk. All the pages flutter.
I think we found the cat. Somebody must be killing it, because ooh, look, kind of in like squirrel. And he walks over to the book and starts looking to see what it is.
Okay. So you're looking through the book. It's fairly straightforward. No need to do a check of any kind. It appears to be a genealogy book of the people that owned the mansion, with their various portraits and biographies.
He checks that against the pictures on the wall.
Roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Perception, that is a 15.
So the pictures kind of seem to match up with what you're seeing in the book. You have this very odd sense that something's off, but you don't know what.
That's odd. Well, got the book. Thumb's there. Something strange, though. This is not my area of expertise.
Who am I? The wailing has stopped being so horribly sad. It's still very sad, but you can make out those words.
I don't know, but you're off key.
At your word, the door to the office slams shut.
Well, there you go.
Go again.
Well, apparently they didn't take very kindly to that, but we could probably help them figure out who they are. We just need to know what we're looking for, I suppose.
What seemed like an angry wind that just shut the door, rushes. It almost feels like its presence is next to you, Mrs. Peacock. And you hear almost quietly, "Who?"
Yes. Do you need to know who you are? I would like to help.
Yes.
How can I help?
Who? The noise, whatever is making it, doesn't appear to be able to communicate very well. Don't But if you will all roll for me to see the order in which we will try to solve this puzzle.
19.
19.
Twinsies.
Hey, roll off for me, you two.
15.
Do we add the plus? Ooh, oh my! Well,
Yeah.
I just threw my d20 off the table.
That was a 19 again on the die, so it's a 20 this time.
Should I even bother? Yeah, that was a fat 6.
All right. And what were you, Colonel Mustard? 14. All right, and I was a 7. All right, so we'll start with Mrs. Peacock.
Alright, so she's heard this voice say who, and with the book of pictures that Professor Plum's been looking at and the pictures on the wall, she'll kind of look, and this time she'll try to see if she can notice any differences between the pictures in the book and the pictures on the wall.
All right, roll a perception check for me.
Alright. That's a natural 20 for 25.
Or 25. All right, so you look down at the book, you look up at the wall, and you notice that the portraits all seem to line up with people that are in the book, but you also get the sensation that for some reason you just get this really odd feeling that the voice that you hear belongs to one of those pictures. And so here are the pictures on the wall. Pat Draws, I love your fan art. If you guys are in the BlueBoxRPG Discord,
It's
go
awesome.
check it out. It's hilarious.
And if you're not in
If
a
you aren't,
BlueBox
Join!
Discord, what are
Yeah.
you doing? Well, we'll get to that later.
So Discord link is in the chat if you guys want to watch or check out the fan art. It's awesome.
That's pretty good.
But come right
Yeah,
back.
don't go anywhere. All right, so that is Miss Peacock. Are you gonna share with the group what you think you've discovered?
She'll turn to the others and say, well, from what I gather, it seems like whoever's talking to us is probably one of these pictures, but I'm not sure which one yet.
Yes. Okay, Miss Scarlet.
She's gonna walk over to the middle left picture and put her finger on it and just kind of,
The cup.
like if you're looking at the screen, yeah, the middle left that has 2
Okay.
people in it. She's gonna point at it and kind of just look at the air in the room. She just goes, well, are you one of these?
No! Like the screechy noise shouts and goes, no! And a book is thrown off the counter near the desk.
She's gonna look at everyone and go, okay, 1 down, 9 to go.
All right, Professor Plum.
Hey, there's no reason to wreck the merchandise here. I mean, we'll get to you. That's okay. And he looks at the pictures and sees the one on the far right, the middle row, far right, and that one looks very, very serious. And well, doesn't look like she could hold a tune. So, is that you?
No! The voice is getting angrier and flips a lamp off of a desk. One of the oil lamps, and it shatters on the floor.
Plot twist. We're misgendering the spirit here.
Colonel Mustard.
The names in the book, are there the same amount of names in the book that there are on the wall?
Roll an insight check for me.
Ooh.
18.
Just by glancing through the book, you think only about half of the pictures have names next to them.
Okay. And
And I guess that'd be my turn, correct?
Yeah, you can ask a question to clarify if you'd like.
Do the pictures have names underneath each picture?
In the book, half of them do. On the wall, none of them do.
okay. So I kind of relayed.
The message that some people on the wall are not in the book, I'm afraid.
Yes.
I do believe this person.
Agrees with me.
And as you finish saying that, the voice appears to feel animated once more and knocks down the two portraits that you guys have guessed already. And with that, it's Mrs. Peacock's turn.
So, looking at this in the book, knowing that half of them has names in the book and half of them doesn't, which of the pictures looking at the wall would have the names associated to them?
So, if you're looking at the screen, the top left and middle have names. The middle row, the middle two have names. And on the bottom, the far right has a name.
All right. So then, she'll say, is your name in this book? Does it coordinate to any of the pictures, or do you not have a name in the book?
Yes.
So it is in the book? All right. That means that the ones that don't have names are ones we can not ask about.
All right.
They have a name in the book.
Miss Scarlet, your turn. You're on mute.
You're muted.
I know, I keep coughing. I don't want to, coughing on stream. So she's gonna kind of point at the top row then and go, well, are you any of them on the top row?
No.
So now our number's even smaller. That's her turn.
Okay, yep. Professor Plum.
So, which ones are actually? I kind of missed which ones
The
are
middle,
in the book.
the middle two that we haven't mentioned yet, and the bottom right. Am I right?
I'm gonna take a picture because I've been keeping track of it. I'm putting it in our group chat on Discord.
Nice. Also, anyone in the chat, Danny asked if anyone's got any guesses.
if you have an idea, go ahead and put it in the chat.
I put X's through the ones we have ruled out.
That's much better than just my words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, let's go with the bottom right. Is that you?
Yes. And with that low moan, you'll almost see the transparent figure that looks just like the one on the wall appear briefly for a moment, almost like a ghost was there, and fly right into the picture frame and disappear. All at once, the room does not feel gloomy anymore. The door to the hallway where you came from is creaking open once again, and then the door that you believe goes to the library, if you still remember from last time, also opens and goes.
Oh, that was nice. Okay.
And for those of you following along, it was Guess Who? That's right.
Yep.
I swear I'm not a child. Alright. What do you guys do?
That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes I get mistaken for one. Must. Well, hey,
We proceed to the library.
All right. As you not that whole big thing. As you enter the corridor to the library, you are immediately surrounded by stacks upon stacks upon stacks of books. There are so many books, it's a book hoarding situation. You've never seen this many books before in your life, including Professor Plum. It is floor to ceiling, 5 to 6 rows deep on either side of books.
Great googly moogly. Oh, heaven, Elysium, and everything else is good all together.
Miss Scarlet's gonna kind of walk up to him and tap him on the shoulder. She's walking right next to him. She goes, "Remember, don't touch."
That's it mean.
Thanks, Iculus. All right, what's everybody doing?
This is the corridor,
This
not
is
the
the
library.
corridor. Yes.
Miss Scarlet is headed out.
You have the strangest sensation. You should not leave the corridor yet.
Oh.
So Professor Plum is going to not touch anything, but he's going to cast Detect Magic.
All right. Go ahead, cast Detect Magic. However you would do that.
Arcane, Arcanum, I need new lines. Reveal yourself.
As you do this, this beautiful purpley glow emits from behind some like 3 or 4 books on your right. It seems like something magical is hiding behind them. It does not seem to be bad magic.
He telescopes his +3 black scatter and pulls books away. Not touching them personally. Inanimate object.
All right, so
And move them.
there doesn't seem to be anything going on when you touch the books, but you touch the books, move them to the side to reveal something that is underneath the library books, apparently in the scene. One moment. Let's move this up.
What did you bippity boppity do?
You see a wooden board with some letters on it lying there. It seems to be a piece of a broken board.
Oh, last time I tried to decipher something like this, we summoned a demon.
And where's the other half? Professor?
I don't know. Do we see anything else going in the area? This is just
that.
this. Hmm.
Colonel Mustard, what are you doing during all this?
I am
Wondering what Professor Plum is getting us into here. Do you see? Can you make out any words from what you see?
Well, I mean, boy, yeah, Zeb? I mean, you know anybody named Zeb? I can make a Zeb out of this. I don't know what an Uzi is, but it doesn't sound good.
now that piece
This would not be a piece that would look familiar to fit in the door of the observatory,
No,
would it?
it would not. As your detect magic is slowly starting to fade, maybe a little bit, you get the strangest sensation that it wants to come with you. This wooden piece.
Ooh. He reaches out. Oh, okay, Precious. Come to Papa. And he grabs hold of it.
All right, you grab hold of it. You're holding it. You guys stand in the corridor.
Yep.
What do you plan
I'm doing with that piece of board.
Gonna find its better half?
All right, you put the board in your bag, or are you holding it? What are you doing with it?
Oh, I'm holding it. Maybe it'll call out to the rest of it.
Okay.
Do I still get the strangest feeling that I should not be leaving this corridor?
Yeah, no, that feeling actually seems to have dissipated. You feel confident going forward again.
I'm imagining Professor Plum having held it out like that for a second, so she's just gonna kind of tiptoe around him, look at him, and just start walking forward.
What's the rest of the party doing? Take the board to school.
Toward the school.
So I guess I will walk.
Through the corridor to the library.
Tell me your secret.
Well, maybe more of it is in the library.
Here, pieces. Here, come on. Come to the professor. You can do it. I have faith.
So you guys walk into the library. It seems to be a sitting room. There's a couch with a table on it and what appears to be the other half of that board.
Oh. Wait. All the books were in the corridor, and there's no books.
No,
in the
the library is
Oh,
covered
oh.
up in books. Like all the walls are covered in books. There's stacks on stacks.
Hey, that
But
was
in the center, there's
the library.
There's this open area in the center. It would be a boarding school then. Oh my gosh, no, Pat 66. No.
Him shot.
Dad joke. And anyway, so there's this center area that's cleared out. There appears to be a couch and some chairs around it, a table in the center, and the other half of the board you found.
Okay. We're gonna do this. Come on. You okay? I mean, I don't want to do this out with you. Oh, hell, we're doing it without you.
We
And he slammed
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah.
I'll be standing back.
back just a hair.
Yeah.
As you put the pieces together, of course, the door to the room slams shut. You guys
Now we're
You guys
talking.
do not have to roll for this one. Remember those paper and pen or pencils that I told you to have? All right, go ahead and pull those out. It's the storage area in Harry Potter.
You mean my writing stick and
Your
parchment pad?
pad and writing stick, yes. So what you're going to do is you're going to, as you gather around, the board seems to glow. The letters start to glow in it. And a voice fills the room. It is a sinister voice. You've never heard this voice before. It sounds weird. You absolutely are filled with dread when you hear this voice. And it's just this cackle like, silly fools returning to the mansion. Don't you know you have no more power here? I'll tell you what, I'll let you escape with your lives, but you only have 2 minutes to solve my puzzle. And with that, I'm not pulling this up just yet because I'm going to start a timer when I pull this up. When I pull this up, you have 2 minutes to find as many words as you can in this.
Ooh.
Yep.
Question. Is this like a crossword, or is it just all the letters make as many words as you can?
It boggles the mind.
Oh.
See what you
Yeah,
did.
it's boggle. You have to. Letters have to be connected to each other. You can go diagonally, backwards, up, or down, but they have to be connected to each other.
Whew.
As she
Okay.
says this, the board starts to glow, and you see this. Timer starting now.
We're delayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, just make sure
Yeah,
the
wait, we
delay-
don't have it yet. Now we do.
Okay.
So, if you're joining us right now, our players are trying to solve the worst game of Boggle ever, so that they
So all the letters have to be touching. Do they have to be in a straight line, or can they be like
they can be
curved
curved.
around,
You can
like,
cross
at angles?
over.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
The letters do have to touch. So, like a B and a Z cannot connect to the L, kind of a deal. But you can do B, Z, V, E, N. You know, not that that's a word. So, you guys, I hope you're enjoying watching the stream so far. If you're one of our chatters, we have a lot more fun coming up. There's several rooms left to go. We do have a hard cut off at 8 o'clock Central Time. So that's going to be the end of things. We're also going to have a 10-minute pause for the cause here right at 7 o'clock to give everybody a chance to go to the bathroom, get a drink, talk, chat, what have you. If you guys have pad draws, stop helping.
Yeah. So can it go
Yes,
diagonally?
diagonal works.
Okay.
So if you are just joining us, this is Nostalgia Mansion. It is incredibly loosely based on 5e rules. There is combat that we have not encountered yet. They get to figure things out, and with that timer, that is the end of
Dang.
our Boggle game. So once the board disappears, you guys can stop writing. I don't know if you guys are having fun, but I'm loving this.
Hey,
This is great. This is so much fun.
It's not normal D&D, that's for sure. Find my thing.
there's no normal where I'm concerned.
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Hey, we'll ever be.
So this is going to be similar to Boggle. If somebody else says a word that you have, you cannot say it.
Okay.
And we're going to tally up all the words at the end. And if you have to have gotten a certain number of words in order for bad things not to happen.
Oh no, I don't like it.
All right, let's start with Colonel Mustard. What did you find?
Well,
Sorry, can you say something before you start saying the words so I can hear the whole thing?
okay, I got
Got the word love.
Okay. What else?
oh,
You do them all?
Oh,
Okay,
no.
obey.
Obey. How did you make obey?
Yeah, wait.
I'm gonna
where's
pull it
obey?
back up here.
I guess I don't have obey.
Yeah, understandable.
All right.
is it not there?
Obey cannot be made on this board.
How about
Boy.
Boy can. Yep. Nope.
Zoe?
E. No?
B-O-I. Yes, B-O-I is the word.
Okay.
Bone. Yep.
Zoe?
What was?
We
I
can't
can't
hear you.
hear that one. I think you have to say like the word twice.
Okay, so I got Buzz, B-U-Z-Z.
Dang.
I got the word
Fizz, F-I-Z-Z.
There's an N in the way. The I doesn't connect to the Z's.
Okay. How about Bob? B-O-B.
Nope.
Zoe. Okay, and then
And Y-O-U, is you good?
No.
okay. Then that's it.
Okay. So you have Love, Boy, Bone, and Buzz. All right, let's go,
Yeah.
Mrs. Peacock next.
Oh boy.
I got hob, like a cooking hob.
Okay.
Dang it.
Bee.
B. Okay.
B. Bye, B-Y-E.
BYE. Okay.
Fin, F-I-N. Fine, F-I-N-E.
You fine?
Dang.
Flow, F-L-O-E.
Okay.
And five, F-I-V-E.
Yep. All right, you're good, Miss Scarlet.
Oh gosh. Okay. Some of these may just be like slang, so they probably didn't. Somebody already said
Yep.
B, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What about proper names?
You
Ben.
can't do proper names.
Wasn't? No. Okay. Did someone say on?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
On. We got if. We got in. We got no.
I'm sensing a trend here.
Yes. Did we say bon?
No, Bon was not said. B-O-N.
Yep. You're gonna have to check some of these because I was just feeling frisky.
Bon is a word. Yep.
Bev.
B-E-V.
B-E-V.
Not a word.
What about flow? F-L-O-V.
F-L-O-V-E. Not a word.
Mhm. Dang. What about Zub?
No, sorry.
Dang it. And then Nobu?
Nobu. No.
Dang, I was
You
really
were.
trying. And then Zub.
Spell it.
Z-U-B.
No.
Okay.
And
well,
I am
see.
so sorry to tell you this, but 2-letter words do not count in bottle.
Yeah, they have to be at least 3 letters.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Hey, Hop! Speak of the devil.
Hi!
So I got a question.
Yep.
If one word is contained inside a longer word, does it just the one word count, or
No, the longer word counts.
You can do both, yeah.
Like,
the longer word?
like
so
if you
only
had
the
a
longer word counts.
no, both would count. Like if you had like, for example, like if you had
Okay, because I got
fiery and fire, they both would count in a Scrabble game.
Pat66, flow is a word.
Okay,
She was
so-
saying flow with a V. Evelyn already said flow with a O-E. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Okay, so I've got both hun and honey.
All right. Hun and honey. Yep.
I think it may have been said, but UIE.
No, I has not been said.
I had bye.
What about zone?
Zone. Zone has not been said.
Yeah.
Wait.
And fine.
Fine has been said.
Fine has been said. And finally, tiny.
Heiny.
And yes.
Tiny. I
I didn't see that before.
It's there. It's definitely there.
That's good.
Yeah, I like it. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay. So together you guys got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Just barely making it over what you needed.
Good job, team.
The cackling crazy voice sighs vehemently. And this little and seems to disappear. Cowboy Hob, this is not true D&D. I'm sorry. if that's what you're here for, I'm sorry to disappoint. This is all about Danny's creativity.
Let's face it, this is all about the
It's
gnome.
all about the gnome. So the boggle board seems to glow once again, and a side drawer you hadn't noticed before pops out with a note in it.
I sense a trap. Grab. Let me see something.
You know you want to grab it.
Yeah. Uh, I'm going to use my wand this time for detect magic on the note.
Okay, go ahead, cast it.
Okay. Uh, Arcanum, Arcanus, Arcane, Reveal.
All right. Good night, Pat Draws. Thanks for joining us. And
Night.
Cowboy Hob, yes, this is a variation on Clue. Hey, the real long shot. Welcome, welcome. All right, so as you cast this, the light glows bright orange. Like, not only is it magical, it is intensely magical. There's such a concentration of magic in this note that you're not entirely sure how it is still only paper.
That's a lot of magic.
Well, are you gonna
Pick it up or what?
Professor, this is your library. I can't hear you.
Your audio's gone.
Sorry.
I'm not the only one.
No, I had the same coughing issue. So he walks over to the note and first he turns to him and says, "Do I look like I was born yesterday? I mean, I know I'm short, but yeah, you're not exactly Mr. Paul there either." He walks over to the note, looks down, spectacles, double spectacle, and does not say the words out loud, but he reads the note silently.
Okay. Also, in kind of this weird half scrawl that you recognize from the writing on the walls in the kitchen, the note on the side that you can see has the number 16, but it's not very thick, so you can kind of see there's something scribbled on the other side as well.
Is it sitting on the ground, or is it on something, or is it like floating?
It's sitting on the drawer, inside the little drawer that popped out of the boggle board.
Mage hand, and let the mage hand turn over the note.
Alright. Go ahead, cast Mage Hand.
Okay.
Bing.
Arcanus, Arcanum, lend me your hand. That's not terrible. I really need to work on these lines. I was not prepared for this.
Also, thank you, Cowboy Hub. I'm so in love with this. This is honestly one of my favorite things so far, and it's totally not accurate at all. So you Mage Hand casts out and grasp the note. I'm guessing you want to flip it over or pull it to you. What are you doing with it?
Yeah. I will let the mage hand carefully flip it over, very subtly taking a step back.
All right. Is the Mage Hand lifting it out of the drawer or flipping it over in the drawer?
Oh, flipping it over in the drawer. I wasn't born yesterday, regardless of what Spicy over here thinks.
So you flip it over, and from your vantage point where you stepped back, you can just barely make out the words that says, "Turn on all the yellow lights." Now, keeping in mind
Ooh, yeah, 16.
that the other three of you have no idea what's on this note or what he's doing, because he's not telling you.
Okay, I had this feeling that we're looking for 16 candles. Just a thought. Just turn on all the lights, and, well, what kind of lights do they think we can turn on here? I mean, we got candles, lanterns. Am I having a birthday?
What are you talking about?
It says 16 on one side, and the other side says turn on all the lights. What's
All
that
the
mean?
lights.
Did we
All
see
the
any
lights.
lights?
I don't know.
Are there
I don't
lights
know.
in here? Were there lights other places?
What did, sorry, Professor Plum, did you happen to say what's on the note out loud just now?
Oh,
Yeah.
damn it.
As
He did.
As you finish saying, "Turn on all the lights," the floor drops out from under you, and you guys fall into the basement. I need everybody to make a Constitution check for me.
Yeah, had to ask me a question.
And as they fall to the basement, we're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute pause for the cause. I'm going to leave the mics hot so we can talk as is. Enjoy this intermission. Don't go away. Before we do so, though, if this is your first time watching BlueBoxRPG and you were hoping to find D&D here, I'm sorry. It is here normally. You've just been stuck with me today. So, if you're not a follower and you would like to actually see some D&D, go ahead, hit that follow button. If you are a follower but you haven't subscribed, or a subscriber and let your subscription last, we have one question for you. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
We'll be right back!
Also, to all the people that are playing right now, peep the message I sent in the chat, because that is literally what I see every time Robert puts his little spectacles on.
You're talking about...
If any...
In
Yeah, in the actual chat. If you've seen the movie...
100% yes.
Yeah, that's...
I see that.
Thanks, Iculus. I am trying. Working on the...
Alright, I will be
I'm
right
gonna run
back.
to the restroom.
Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm loving this. I honestly didn't expect you guys to go straight to the library. Like, there's so many other things that could have happened. I've had to change what clues drop where twice now.
This is going great.
Colonel Mustard is the best boy.
It's really good. I like it. It's fun.
Oh,
I need more mustard varieties. That's...
Oh, Cowboy Hob. Okay, so what started is Mrs. White, in her decrepit old age, has called back the group from when that she helped solve a murder in this mansion decades ago, back when Clue was first released. So the party returns to help Mrs. White, who's failing in her old health and old age, solve the mystery of what exactly is going on in this kooky, crazy mansion. So far, they've gone to the kitchen and gotten stuck in a life-size version of Mousetrap, which threatened to drop a cage of spikes on their head. They were able to disengage the Mousetrap before it happened, barely so. They had two turns. After that, they went into the office. On the way to the library. Yeah, it is terrifying. It was so much fun. Normally I hate killing characters, but I kind of really want to do this. Well, she warned them about the mousetraps in the kitchen. They just weren't expecting the board game Mousetrap. Then they went into the office where a ghost was haunting the office because she didn't know which picture on the wall she belonged to. So kind of a little bit of a nod to the living pictures in Harry Potter, but a big nod to the game Guess Who, where they had to guess which picture on the wall was her. They did not know this, but they only had 7 guesses before she would have attacked them, and they would have been in combat with a ghost. Oh, Colonel Mustard by day, Mr. Dijon by night. I like that. Sounds like a salsa dancer. And then they went through the corridor into the library, where they found half of a boggle board. They got to the library, a voice filled the room and threatened them to get out. They had no power here. And then they had the boggle game, which is where you came in. So, and also, Kristen, I just noticed your backdrop is like the library from Guess Who, and I'm loving it. That's awesome.
Huh?
I just noticed your background is the library. I love that.
I wanted to be extra. Though I will admit that I think Robert's background is
the plums.
Really thought I was gonna come in as like top dog on that one, but you know what, whatever. No hate, no jealousy. It's fine.
I told you. Game on.
I know. I was like, dang.
All right.
Please send me.
You guys are back. Keep talking. I'm gonna run the bathroom, and then we'll be right back with
Oh, thank goodness.
more
Yeah.
I was like, I'm still eating Ritz.
Nostalgia Mansion.
Hello, everybody out there. How are you today? Hope you're having a good time. Good night.
Aw, but Colonel Mustard by day, Mr. Dijon by night.
And in case you're wondering, yes, I am trying to make sure that Kristen is hearing this in her dreams, so that because I was promised saltiness in Discord later, and well, I like a little salt.
Honestly, but maybe it'll be like Stockholm syndrome, and I'm gonna start loving it, and I'm gonna demand that our paladin lesson be taught in this voice. I will just be unable to accept the real Robert's voice.
I mean, I can do it in this voice, or I can do it in Kermit the Frog voice. I mean,
We've already said that, so we got to hear that now.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to another exciting episode of BlueBox.com. IPG.
It's .net.
No, BlueBoxRPG. Yeah. Well, that's what I try. That's what happens when I try to do things really quickly. You know.
Evelyn, I'm loving your voice, by the way. Like when you said that first line, I was like, yes, I'm here for this.
I would sing the Rainbow Connection in Kermit voice, but I want us to be able to actually upload this to YouTube without it being taken down, because
Yeah, I would very much like to not have to mute that section of the video.
So if for my fellow players, if you really want to hear that after Evelyn, I know you might have to go, but I will sing it in Zoom for you afterward.
I really am enjoying this. You guys are awesome.
Great.
All right, we're gonna be coming back live here in 3, 2, 1 with a significant delay on the video.
We're falling through the floor.
goes.
I mean, are we sure that we're coming back alive? I don't know how far down the basement is.
All right.
I see what you did there.
Welcome back, maybe? I don't know. There we go. Welcome back.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can definitely see it.
To Nostalgia Mansion, the semi-D&D related clue game to hit you in all the feels. I wanted it to be more D&D, but I am having too much fun with this.
Just so y'all know, if we play Trouble, I'm gonna roast everyone.
Hey, listen. Let's hope that she doesn't have Hungry Hippo in mind.
No, but that would have been so awesome.
It's just a hot dog eating contest.
Yeah, you guys didn't bring the jelly beans for your game? No,
Gummy bears.
Yeah, it would have to be gummy bears.
I got gummy bears.
I'm a gummy. I want to hear.
I'm a gummy
No,
bear.
never mind. I want to hear Robert's voice, like in that voice, singing "I'm a gummy bear."
I honestly don't know that song, but
Just keep saying you're a gummy bear in like a fun tune.
Gummy
She definitely got it. I'm a gummy bear.
I'm a gummy bear.
Okay. We've got an hour left.
So we're falling.
Gummy.
All right,
Okay.
you guys, what did you roll on your
Things.
constitution checks?
Oh. We're gonna do that right now.
I rolled a 14, and I'm guessing we add our con modifier, so that's a 16.
I got a 19.
Oh, right. Con modifier. Do I have a con modifier? Oh, yeah, I do have. So I got a whole 8,
8?
which, yes,
Professor
and
Clem's
8
dead.
for like the food that I think I'm about to revisit.
And Colonel Mustard, what did you get?
I got a 21.
Professor comes back in Mrs. White's body.
All right, so you guys fall through the floor, thudding into the basement, into this stone corridor. I'm so mad I gave you guys all dark vision, honestly, at this point.
All of us have dark vision.
I would point out the fact that we did not choose our characters here.
I know, I'm just mad. No. All right, so you guys fall through the floor, all in a pile. Unfortunately, somehow Professor Plum was at the bottom of the pile and takes 2 points of damage from his compatriots landing on him.
Wait. Wait, but who's right on top of me? I mean, I want to know how bad this is.
Mrs. Peacock is on top of you.
Okay, that's acceptable.
And then, so you guys collapse to the floor. The rest of you are okay. Miss Peacock, you feel like if you'd fallen just slightly different, it would have been very painful for you. You fall into this stone hallway, and as you're looking around, you realize that you were in the basement, and it looks like this. Now we're going to pretend those buttons on the floor are made of wood, but that is the only buttons on the floor I could find. So,
Right.
you see all these weird circles, wooden circles on the floor in this hallway. The top seems to be illuminated, and you hear this weird noise coming from somewhere down the corridor, going wah 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 wah. And I need you guys to roll for initiative.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Is it Mrs. White?
Yeah, I had that same
Oh my
thought.
gosh! We're in Pac-Man! Oh, I should have known Danny's back screen. Dang, I suck at this game.
It was a hint.
I have a 24 initiative.
Eh.
I got 15.
15.
17.
I will
Take a 6.
All right.
Former President Clinton playing Pac-Man. I can't.
Oh my goodness. All right. You guys have fallen in this hallway. You have the option to go left or right. There are these circles on the ground. What do you do?
Can we tell what way the sound is coming that we heard?
Roll a perception check for me.
And do the little dots on the ground.
Sorry, what was that?
21. Mm-hmm.
Gosh. Pac-Man rolled a 1 for initiative. So you listen for this weird sound. It appears to be coming from your right.
Go another direction than right.
Wait a minute. Who are we? Are we the ghosts in this? Chase the sound? I think we're gonna chase the sound.
Scarlet moves away from Professor Plum, moves back towards Colonel Honey Mustard on the left, and just looks back and goes, I think he hit his head a bit too hard on that fall. She starts slowly inching towards the left.
Okay, you guys are moving to the left. What are you doing, Mrs. Peacock?
I'm gonna cast Find Traps
All right.
and see if I can find any traps within 120 feet of my visible area.
Thank you for describing it for me. So go ahead and cast it. Demonstrate how you would be casting this.
Alright, so she's going to kind of raise her fingers to her head and start focusing as hard as she possibly can ahead. See if she can sense anything at all out of place.
So she looks forward. She senses things. She senses a trap above you where you just fell through. You don't sense any trap ahead of you, even with the wooden buttons on the ground, or wooden platform circle things on the ground. They do. You do think that they make something happen, but you don't believe it's a trap.
Right. Well, those buttons seem to do something. It doesn't seem to be a trap, though. I checked. Seems good.
Thank you, Phantom.
As she's saying this, do we hear the noise getting
Yes.
closer? Miss Scarlet's gonna take her heel and bop the first one in front of her.
The heel of your foot?
Yep.
Um,
I'm wearing shoes.
okay, your shoes.
So, yes.
So you bop it. It presses down fairly easily, and all of a sudden, a torch that you didn't really notice on the wall bursts into flame.
Well, that was helpful.
Oh.
Wow, 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 wow.
Let's go pop another one. And Professor Plum goes and jumps on
To
it.
the left or the right?
Oh, I'll follow Red's lead and go to, what was it, to the left?
Take it back now, y'all. 3 hops this time.
To the left, to the left. We're going to bop the things on the way to the left.
Everything you own in the box.
Yep. So you move forward and press down the next one, and same thing happens. Another torch near you bursts into flame, lighting the way. All right. Then Colonel Mustard, what are you doing?
Colonel Mustard will start going left too, as he also takes out his prized battle axe, Beulah, ready for anything coming his way. So I will take a few steps and hit the next button.
All right. So you move forward. Now these aren't super close to each other. They're probably like 5-6 feet between them. So as you're moving forward, you guys are moving fairly quickly down the corridor, I assume, pressing these buttons. As a third flame erupts. As you do that, just barely out of the corner of your eye, you see a giant frog come around the corner.
I'm sensing mixed metaphors here. Wait, what? Where'd the frog come from?
This frog is different than other frogs that you've seen. So, and it is moving towards you. Wow, 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 wow.
Are we going in initiative order? Or can I do something?
We're going
real
in
quick?
initiative order, but you can ask
Okay.
questions since we are awaiting our lovely Miss Peacock.
Oh, no, I just have an action I want to do.
Let's do reverse order then.
Yeah, that'd be me then.
Correct.
So, yep, it would be Colonel Mustard.
Wait, wouldn't it be...
So for initiative, I have Miss Peacock, Miss Scarlet, Professor Plum. No, never mind. Sorry, I'm looking at something else. No, I'm looking at initiative. Yeah. So it's Miss Peacock, then Scarlet, then Professor Plum, then Colonel Mustard, and Miss Peacock is back. So you just out of the corner of your eye, as you guys are making your way down the corridor, you've pressed 3 wooden circles, and a giant frog has slowly appeared behind you and is coming after you guys, making that wow, 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 wow noise. So, Miss Peacock, it's on you.
Alright. Well, I'm going to continue moving away from the thing that is coming towards me. So just continue, and I guess if there's another circle ahead, I would try to push it as
Okay.
it goes.
As you're moving forward, you press another button. Another flame goes up. And do you do anything else? You've done your movement.
I think that'll be it for
Okay.
now.
Then we have Miss Scarlet.
So if I want to take 2 things out of my bag and put them together, is that 1 action or 2?
I'd say if you're taking 2 things out of your bag, that's an action, and then putting them together is a second action.
Okay, then I'm gonna take my assassin's blood and my rations out of my bag, and I'm gonna walk further away from the noise.
Okay, so you're gonna keep moving down the hallway as you're doing that. I love the way you think.
Yep.
I already see where that's going.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next up we have Professor Plum.
Okay, so the frog, how big is this frog?
It's enormous. It takes up the entire corridor. Like it's almost hitting his head.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, that's just silly. He's going to cast Reduce.
Okay.
Reductum Frogarius.
Okay.
Target size is halved in all dimensions, and its weight is reduced to 1/8 of normal.
Okay. I'm trying to remember if you have to. No, like that's just an effect. It doesn't. You don't have to roll their AC. Okay. As you go ahead and cast it for me. And so the frog somehow starts to get smaller. And it's not moving as fast. It's still slightly scary. In that it has this weird noise associated with it. It can no longer jump 20 feet at a time, though, so you've successfully slowed it down quite a bit.
Hey, D-John, you're up.
What do you do?
So, should we proceed past this beast, or should we turn around and run?
Well, it's behind us, so.
Well, I'm facing it.
I was going that direction.
I suppose
Suppose we're going to turn and go away from this beast.
I was under the impression you guys went left and were continuing that way, and the frog was behind you.
Yeah.
okay. That's the way
We will proceed. I will keep turning around ever so often to make sure that it is not catching up to us.
Okay. So you're going to keep going down the hallway?
correct.
Alright, as you are moving... Oh, yep, so that's the end of the lineup. The frog is trying to catch up with you still. Wow, 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 wow. As you get down to the end of the corridor, you can continue going straight. There are 2 different left turns or a right turn. What?
Who's technically moving right now in initiative?
Yep. So you guys are moving. So that would be Miss Peacock. You are, I think, leading the group. So, which way are you gonna go?
Said
You
there's.
can go straight ahead. There's 2 different left turns, or you can do right.
I think we should probably go right here, unless anybody else disagrees.
I'm assuming you guys are talking as you're running, Scooby-Doo style.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
That's Scooby thing?
Following.
What?
all right. So you guys are going right. You continue seeing the buttons ahead of you. There's another immediate right turn up ahead of you. You kind of see 2 left turns coming up. And you can, of course, always go straight.
Okay, by the way, on when it's my turn, I am going to fling magic missiles at it.
Okay. It's Miss Scarlet's turn first, though.
Okay. Nope, absolutely.
Catch up. Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna put the assassin's blood on the rations and drop it behind me, kind of in the center, as we're continuing on. But I don't want to get too far ahead. Like, I want to kind of see if he nibbles.
All right. So you drop it as you guys are moving forward. I'm going to say you guys are continuing to move forward. There. All right, Professor Plum, what are you doing?
3 magic missiles at the not so large frog.
3 magic missiles. All right, go ahead and roll attack, please.
Magic missiles should automatically hit.
That's right.
I
Okay,
believe.
my bad. All right,
No.
so
That's
roll for damage, I guess.
all right. That's 4 for the first one, 3 for the second one, and 5 for the third one. So, 12.
Remind me.
12 I had.
Yeah, 12. Remind me, does reduce affect their hit points?
Let me see. Target's weapon.
Or does a creature doubles? Okay, reduce half.
No, it doesn't say anything about its health, but their strength, basically strengths
Strength and
and
strength saving throws.
attacks, they're at disadvantage.
All right. Yep. So, your magic missiles shoo, 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 down the hallway, smack right into that frog, just and it is just writhing. You've dealt some major damage. It is bleeding. It looks like it's having a horribly hard time. Trying to, it's continuing to move forward to you, but it's instead of going whack whack whack, it's going whack, whack, whack. It's still trying to move forward.
Yeah, just so you know, I can only keep up this reduce for about a minute. So, if you do something else, we probably should do it now.
All right, and it's Colonel Mustard's turn.
Oh, it looks like it is pretty much beat up, correct?
Yeah, it looks really hurt, like very very hurt.
Then I
We'll go down it. Then I will go down and use Beulah to put it out of its misery.
Roll for me.
That is 17 on the hit with the great
That
axe.
is a definite hit. Like, this thing is so small now, like, there's no way. Go ahead and roll for damage.
That's terrible. That is only 5 points of
5
damage.
points of damage. You swing that great axe down, and it lets out a squeal. Like, it is horribly injured, and it turns around and starts trying to crawl away from you. Like, it can't even hop anymore at this point.
Go Spicy! It's your birthday. Go Spicy!
Eternal Spartan.
Oh, I can't.
So that was
End of my turn.
Yep, that's in your turn. The once giant frog that used to look very beautiful but is now covered in blood is trying to flee. And back to the top. Miss Peacock, what do you do? You are muted, beautiful woman. Oh, there you
Oh.
are. Oh, no, you're there.
You're good.
Okay. I am going to, let's see. What do I want to do?
I feel so bad for this frog.
I'm feeling
Alright.
this frog with a friend.
So, what I'm going to do in this moment as the frog goes away, in case he has any other froggy friends that we don't want to have finding us, I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody around
Okay.
me.
What does it look like?
So, she's going to say, this is a bit of a predicament. I don't think we need to be making any more animal friends tonight. So, well. And she'll just kind of make it look like she'll pull a cloth out and kind of lay it over as if she's masking something. And suddenly everyone will feel the radius of Pass Without a Trace incorporate to them.
Alright, you guys all of a sudden are safe from detection. You kind of just look like normal shadows. Silence is aiding from you. You can't be tracked at all, particularly by that creepy voice from the library. So you guys, yep. Miss Scarlet, what are you gonna do?
How far away is the little frog?
It's moving away from you pretty as fast as it can crawl, which is not fast anymore. I'd say 15 feet at this point. Like, it is a slow crawl.
And since we've been together for a while, I'm guessing this isn't the first time I've seen Professor Plum do this. So would I know off the top of my head how long this reduction
Yes.
lasts?
A minute.
How long? Oh, it's only a minute. I wanted a pet. Okay, then she's gonna kind of just look at everyone and go, well, I guess we should find a way out now then. Without even really waiting for everyone's answer, and just starts walking away to the left, booping this little things as it goes.
So you're gonna go down the left turn.
Last I remembered, we were going straight, and then there were 2 left turns, but we kept going
Yep,
straight.
there were
right?
2 left turns.
We took a right, and then we
Yeah.
were going straight, and then we had just reached 2 more left turns and another right.
Or straight.
Oh, I heard that there would. Okay, I didn't.
Straight,
Yeah, I
yeah.
knew that straight was an option. So it's 2 lefts, straight,
1
2
right.
right. One right. Do I notice any footprints or anything on the ground or anything that looks like?
Roll an investigation check for me. And you said you're pushing buttons as you walk by. How many did you
Yeah.
push?
All the ones as I passed by.
So
I don't know how many that would be.
it's what, 10 feet walking speed, 20 feet? What's your walking speed?
If she is standard height, it should be 30.
30 feet.
Sheesh. Okay. So that's 5 of them.
And that's a 17 on the dice.
Okay, for investigation. All right, so you look down into the dirt. You see it looks like little froggy footprints. Or big froggy footprints. Sorry, giant froggy footprints. In the dirt. You don't really see any shoe. But you do kind of get the feeling something passed here. It just didn't leave any footprints.
I lost the last couple words. You said there's
Yeah,
something.
you think there was probably something here, but it didn't leave any footprints behind.
Do I get any feeling on directionally?
No.
Okay, we're just gonna keep walking straight, booping buttons. as
Walking
we go.
straight. Okay. Go ahead, Professor Blum.
Oh, the frog is still alive?
Yep, just barely. Trying to get away from you.
Yeah, no, we yeah, no, another set of magic missiles.
Okay. You don't need to roll, you killed it.
And
Yes.
Those pillows on their
You
feet.
shoot out your magic missiles, and they just pulverize the poor frog. And like, even with the first one, there's just it starts to make a croaking noise, but the second magic missile just cuts it off, and it perishes. It is dead. You successfully killed the frog. As it dies, its corpse kind of balloons back up to its normal size and blocks the passageway behind you.
Well, I guess I know where we're not going.
Alright. So, combat has ended. Initiative no longer applies. As you guys are walking down the hallway pushing buttons, you've gone straight once again. You now come to an intersection. You can go left, right, or forward.
well, let's just see if there's any sounds coming from out of their way, because Froggy might have friends. Even if they can't see us, we don't want to accidentally run right into them.
So are we all listening?
Yeah, roll a
in?
perception check for me, Professor Plum. Yes, storm power, it's full size.
Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I'm a little too impressed with myself. I'm not perceiving much right now. I rolled a natural one.
You are full of your own thoughts. Like you're not even sure that you're in the basement right now. All you can hear is, yeah, see that? Look how awesome. Take that, spicy. Like all you hear is your own thoughts about how great you are.
I've been looking around
Yeah,
too.
go ahead. Are you trying to listen or are you looking?
I'm
Perception
listening.
check for me.
That one is a 22.
You can hear everything in this hallway. You hear like a little drip of water somewhere. You hear like you can almost hear the sound of the frog's body just kind of on itself. Like you can hear everything. You hear Professor Plum doing some really odd breathing next to you. You can you can almost hear the dust blowing up. It's almost as if there's a draft coming from your right.
She just walks. Miss Scarlet's gonna walk past Colonel Mustard and Mrs. Peacock again. I'm just gonna like look at them and say it under my breath as I start walking right. I did warn everyone that his head is always in the clouds. Don't know where he'd advise us to go. She just starts.
Okay, are you still pushing buttons?
Oh, yeah.
As you make one turn, as you take that first button to the right, you hear a clicking noise, and all of a sudden, all the torches in the entire basement go to life. As you hit that 16th button, and then you hear that familiar of a door opening ahead and to your left. The next left turn.
Gonna go check that out.
Okay. Well, what's everybody else doing as this is happening?
Mrs. Peacock is following after Miss Scarlet.
Okay.
Yeah, I will be
Following.
What is the professor doing? He's drawing lines in the sand.
15! Aha! Okay. There we go. Come on, let's go. Come on. Yeah. Oh. Let it go, Red.
All right. Is it safe to say you guys are leaving the maze in the basement?
I'm not sure it's safe to say anything anymore.
So you come around the corner to this left turn and you see a set of stairs leading up back into the main house. The door is wide open. And as a out of character moment, I'm so disappointed, you guys. You literally, hold on. You went like this. And then back down. Like you went exactly that way. Like this was the maze you were in.
That's why I started drawing it. I was trying to match it to you in the background.
Yep. Well, you were right. This was the maze. So you guys, this was just a way for me to like have it up on screen, and maybe you guys wouldn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys see the open door and the stairwell. Are you guys going upstairs?
Yes.
You guys come upstairs. Into you. You can't see my cursor on the screen. You come up the stairs into the boiler room, which is very weird to you. You've never heard of such a thing as a boiler room, but there is one in this mansion.
Boiler, I just met her. What? Sorry.
There's weird pipes, all kinds of a strange sound coming from them, and a man that you vaguely remember as the plumber last time you were here in the mansion. He's much older now than the last time you saw him. He's got a cap on and some coveralls and seems to be kind of sobbing into his gray mustache.
Mrs. Peacock will go towards him and
Are you all right? Can we help you?
It's a me wife. She's been taken.
The groundskeeper.
Do you know who took her? Did you see?
It was the strangest thing. I was fixing the pipes, and my wife, she came in to help me with some food, and all of a sudden this thing appeared from the pipes and said some very strange words, and all of a sudden, poof, she is so small, and he took her into the pipes. She's into the pipes, and I don't know how to get her back. Oh.
Seems like going through the pipes would be possibly the logical choice, but how one goes through pipes, that is the question.
Miss Scarlet just very obviously looks at Professor Plum. How would we get that small?
Well, I have an idea. You may not like it. Well, who wants to volunteer? Because it ain't me. Mama didn't raise no fool.
To go into a pipe?
Mm-hmm.
Strange thing for your mother to be teaching you, almost like you knew you could do it to people. She's like super obsessed with Professor Plum for no reason.
Mrs. Peacock will look back at the plumber and say, "Do you know which pipes exactly?"
It's a green one here. And he points to a green pipe that seems to have a weird noise coming from it, but it's so quiet you can't quite hear it.
Well, I have a solution, but it won't help any of the rest of you.
Honey, I shrunk the PCs.
Is there any writing or anything? What
Recording stopped.
What did a green pipe do other than
Recording in progress.
Sorry, go ahead.
Voice from above. What did that green pipe do other than apparently keep your wife hostage?
I do not know. I work on the pipes. This never happened before. She's gone. My wife. It's a mystery.
Okay, I have questions. You work on the pipes. You have no idea what they do. This is not helpful. You really want to find your wife, I mean,
he seems.
Miss Scarlet's gonna take out her magnifying glass and start looking along the pipe.
Along or in the pipe?
Can I look in the pipe?
You can look right in.
Wait, I'm looking in the pipe.
Alright, roll an investigation check for me.
Ooh. 18 on the dice.
You look down the pipe and you can see this blonde-haired woman in a dirty pink dress that appears to be squished under the foot of a turtle.
Can I reach in and pick up the turtle and then put my hand out?
For time's sake, yes, but that was not originally what you could have done.
Oh.
Yes.
Snapping turtle.
Yeah, are you roll a strength check for me.
It's like the one thing I got is strength. Let's go, baby. That's gonna be a dirty 20.
Of course it is. Alright, you reach in and very deftly grab the turtle around the shell and pull him out off of the poor woman in the pink dress, who seems to be shouting something in a very tiny voice. You're now holding the turtle in the boiler room. What are you doing with it?
She's gonna kind of like reach over to Professor Plum, who I assume has still been talking this whole time, and just be like, "Can you hold this, darling, please?" Thank you, she says as she starts like pushing it onto him.
I like turtles.
What's your AC there, buddy?
Oh.
Yep.
Me? I like turtle soup too, so if you think it's any ideas, my AC's 11.
Oh.
Well, the turtle reached out to try to snap and bite at your hand as it was being pushed towards you, but luckily it seems to be very stupid and misses.
You chose violence, I see.
All right, what are you doing now?
I'm putting my hand out. Oh, him or me? Sorry. I'm just putting my hand out and being like, okay, step aboard, she says, realizing everyone's probably looking at her funny now that she's thinking about it.
Yeah, what does Colonel Mustard think of this whole situation?
Mustard is just wondering how he got wrapped up with such people like this that have made this such an enjoyable time and does not know what he's going to do just watching this show.
All right. Well, as this is happening, the lady in the pink dress climbs to the end of the pipe. Just in time, she seems to be growing larger as she gets to the end of the pipe, and then pops out, poof, almost into your hands, and almost lands on you as she regains full size.
Oh, thank you so much. I never thought I'd be reunited with my husband Mario again.
Well, who's this?
Is a peach.
This is peachy.
Lately, and he's, as he's petting the turtle shell for some strange reason, he looks, perhaps you want to find a husband that, knows what he's actually working on, because, you're just banging around things gonna stop working, or start working. I don't know. Up to you.
The housekeeper kind of gives you a disdainful look at, like, how dare you insult my husband, and turns to...
Takes the turtle and points first.
She's gonna kind of slap at it and move away. Oh, thank you. The plumber's gonna say to Miss Scarlet, grasping her hand, tears still in his eyes, so grateful. How can I ever repay you? I have but this to give you. And he hands you these 4 golden circular things. He's like, I find these in the attic. I give it to you. Thank you. So hands you these 5 circular gold things.
I was about to say, 5 golden rings.
Exactly. The puns, they hurt.
Do I notice?
They hurt.
Do I notice what those circular things look like?
Roll a perception check for me.
Yeah,
no,
can
roll
I?
an
I'm
insight
like,
check.
what the
Sorry,
hell?
insight.
Can I do it too?
14.
You said what? What am I?
Yeah,
insight?
All right.
17.
You kind of stare at the objects in Miss Scarlet's hand, and Miss Scarlet kind of looks at them, and it kind of both dawns on you at the same time. These look very similar to the indents in the door to the observatory.
That's what I was thinking.
You're thinking what I'm thinking?
I think
Mosey on over to the observatory.
I would suggest you move quickly.
I think we need to find some food
Quick!
for
As we
for
sprint.
Shelly. I mean, we robbed him of his dinner.
All right, I love you guys so much. We have a 10-minute warning before we have a hard cutoff. So, as you guys rush over to the
We shall run over to the observatory.
as you run over to the observatory, you see the door, you see the circles. Need I say more? All right,
No.
you put the circles in the door, and it glows bright with magic. This door swings open to reveal... Oh no, it's not on here. Hold on. I need to show you this. Except it's not a good thing. This door swings open to reveal this dark, sinister-looking observatory room. You don't know what you expected, but it was certainly not this. You feel a huge sense of dread as you're looking into this very peculiar room filled with something you've never seen before. Right in the middle, there's this column that leads up to something made of metal. There's books all around it, and you hear a buzzing noise in the room. It seems to fill the entire room along with these shadows. And for the sake of time, the the source of the buzzing appears from around the column, and it is this giant, absolutely enormous and terrifying honeybee. And as she's buzzing, she demands to know, who are you who dares enter my hive? For I am the queen bee, and I will cast you out of here. Roll for initiative.
How far? Oh, dang. How far away is she?
30 feet.
Oh, okay.
19.
19.
18.
7.
7 for Miss Scarlet. 19 for Miss
I got
Peacock.
a 19.
I've been rolling too good. It's bound to happen.
For Professor Plum. Colonel Mustard and Miss Peacock, please roll off for me.
Right.
Fastest BBEG fight of all time.
15.
18.
Alright, so Colonel Mustard's gonna go first, followed by Miss Peacock, followed by Professor Plum, then Miss Scarlet, and last the painfully slow, who rolled a 3, Giant Queen Bee. Alright, go ahead, Colonel Mustard, top of the line. What do you do? She's 30 feet away.
All right.
How far is the bee
30
from
feet.
me?
Okay, I will.
Well, I can only move 35, so I will move up to the bee. I will bonus action. I will rage in a gentlemanly manner, and I will strike at this queen
Alright,
bee.
roll.
That is going to be a miss on the first one, and I do get 2 attacks, and I never used it, so I'm going to strike again. That is a miss on the second one. So in my excitement, I lose composure for just a few minutes.
Alright. That would be Miss Peacock. What are you doing?
Alright, so I will look at the queen bee and say, you do not belong in this house. You should make your hive elsewhere. It would be better for everyone, really. And she's just going to try to persuade her to leave.
Roll a persuasion
Please?
check.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be so mad.
This is gonna be great.
No,
Do it.
No,
Do it.
I know it's gonna be in that 20.
28.
A 19!
19 without modifier or with?
17 without the modifier, 19
She
with.
looks at you disdainfully and does not hear a word that you say.
Alright.
Are you gonna do any movements? Anything else?
I'll just kind of make my way a little away from where she is. And that's where I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. Then we have Professor Plum.
Professor Plum looks very indignant at the moment and says, "Oh my! Oh my! Why, I'm Professor Petronicus Portnoy Plum, and Lee, I have got no time for you." Upscale magic missile cast at what, 3rd level? Yeah.
Okay, remind me what that does.
So that is going to be 5 magic missiles at him.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. That is 16 points damage.
16? Alright.
Yep.
So you do 16 points of damage. Show me what magic missiles look like. You did not kill her. Just tell me what it looks like.
So he's waving his, +3 back scratcher, focus thingy, and he just keeps spinning. And as it spins around, missiles just basically come as if this was a gun, it'd be coming from inside between, so like as if he was creating a barrel, and they just and fly right at him.
They hit, causing her to rock back and forth. They definitely hurt, but she is not slowed or anything by it.
And with that, he says, "Spicy, I wander up for you," and he moves back behind Mustard.
Okay. All right, and then that brings us to Miss Scarlet. What are you doing?
Who is within 10 feet of the bee?
Colonel Mustard is.
How far away is he from the bee?
He's right next to her. He just tried to swing at her.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. So basically, if he's right in front of her, I'm gonna try to go to this like kind of go catty corner, but get as close to her as I can. And I'm gonna cast Burning Hands on her, so she needs to make a Dex check.
All right.
Dex save.
Let's see. 11.
That does not. That's a fail. So she's gonna take full damage, which should be 3d6. It's gonna be 13 damage. And kind of how she does it, she's just gonna put her hands up, look at Colonel Mustard, and just be like, "Please don't be in the way of this," as she shoots it out at the bee.
Okay.
So that's 13, and then I'm gonna use my second attack.
Okay.
To try to smack her with my rapier.
Okay. What'd you get?
21.
That absolutely hits. Roll for damage super fast. I want to try and get Evie one more roll.
9.
She starts like writhing as the burning hand hits her, and you slash at her absolutely, causing immense pain. You can see that she is feeling horrid at this point. Like, she was not expecting such strong people to come on out. She is going to, in retaliation, reach out and try to sting Colonel Mustard right in front of her, who I'm guessing has a much better AC than a 3, so she misses. And back to Colonel Mustard's turn.
Okay, I will swing again. That is a 14. That's a 21
Absolutely.
to hit on the first one. And that is 14 points of damage on the first hit. That is 24 to hit on the second. And 13 points of damage on the second hit.
You, sir, are a machine and slay the bee. Tell me what it looks like.
I indubitably take my battle axe, Beulah, and slice her wings off as she falls to the ground. And as she falls to the ground, I slice her head completely off and look at her eyes, her many eyes that she has in her head. And I said, "Dadgummit, that will learn you."
And just like that,
Mustard.
just like that, Spicy has saved the day. Evie, I know you have a hard cutoff. If you have to go, I'm just going to go ahead and...
I'm good for a couple more minutes, so you guys can
Awesome.
go.
Okay, so it's almost like a brightness resumes in the mansion. A glowing light appears from the ceiling in the observatory. It's definitely like this sense of doom and gloom and heaviness that was there is gone. And Mrs. White appears in the doorway from out of the room and goes,
You found her. Thank you so much. It's been 83 years since I felt such joy.
and her wrinkled, craggy old face is just going to break out in a smile. Everybody is super, super happy. Mario and his wife who is feeling just peachy now, joins you in the kitchen. It seems like all magic has dispersed, and it is once again nothing but a lovely mansion where only a few murders have occurred. Ta-da! And that, my friends, is Nostalgia Mansion.
Yay!
Very nice.
Thank you, Danny.
Thank you, Danny.
Guys.
That was great.
I tried to have hints as you guys were going along, like the yellow stuff on the floor, the picture frames. I don't know if you noticed, were almost kind of like a honeycomb pattern. A lot of the words on Boggle were bee related. There was, you guys didn't go in the attic, but hi Asher the Bear, glad you're here. Thanks Iculus. If you guys had gone in the attic, Sonic the Hedgehog was up there and he would have given you the golden rings.
Oh, I
I was
love
wondering
it.
about the rings if they were Sonic rings.
Yeah, that's good.
But he wouldn't be a hedgehog, he'd be a werewolf that just happened to have been in the attic so long his fur had kind of turned blue when matted together and looked spiky. Yeah.
Very, very good.
The
Very good.
frog,
great.
if you'd stopped to inspect him, would have been colored similar to the Pac-Man frog, which is where the frog came from. The entry parlor, you guys didn't even glance at the entry parlor, but if you had, you would have encountered a talking plate and candelabra, like in Beauty and the Beast, who would have given you absolutely horrible advice.
Yes, but that would have been terrible because there's no way we would have gotten through that without singing.
Yeah, I so desperately wanted to have soundtracks on here, but I did not want to get anybody in trouble or get it pulled for copyright.
Right.
So just know, in the background the whole time, there's been all kinds of songs, like What's New Scooby-Doo was playing as you walk through the mansion, and all kinds of stuff like that. Be Our Guest would have been at the
Love
entry
it.
parlor. Like, so many things. But anyways, Nostalgia Mansion, I had to keep track of like what was in what room, and I had to like make changes on the fly. Oh, you can't see that because I have a backdrop.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me turn off my...
Danny, you did a fantastic job with this.
Great.
Absolutely.
Really ingenious. Really ingenious. Thing.
Awesome.
These were all the rooms
Love
with
it.
the drops and what the theme was and everything. Bye, Pat66. Thanks for joining us. But anyways, yeah, Nostalgia Mansion. Clue with a twist, a hint of D&D. There was going to be way more combat, but we were low on time. So, if you enjoyed this, sorry, it's just tonight. If you really wanted D&D, I'm sorry to disappoint you. It will be back starting next week, I believe,
Yep.
Sunday.
Yes. Yeah. Should be
Yep.
on Sunday, I believe. Yeah. Just keep an eye out on social media. We'll let you know when all the normal sessions are resuming. You will see it on our Instagram and Twitter and in our Discord. If you join our Discord, we announce all of our stuff in there as well. Also, all of the VODs from this week will be going up on YouTube on Friday. So if you've missed any of these really awesome one-shots, check out our YouTube. And you can see all of the awesome content you've missed if you did not have a chance to join us for the other ones. So yeah. We're gonna raid over to Jay and Lord Gazumba because we normally raid over to them at the end of our Lore Masters Arcanum on Wednesday night. So we'll do that as soon as you are done. But I have the raid prep, so you just let me know when you're ready for me to run it, and I will.
All right, I just have one super shameless plug. I'm running a campaign over on my channel at TheHoneyBeeCrafter on Twitch, and it's on Fridays at 8 p.m. Central. So if you're like me and don't have a life, come on, hang out. You'll see some of our lovely, lovely people that also play tonight, including Miss Scarlet. Kristen is also in that. So if you feel like it, come on over. I did plan on doing Kirby Storm Power, but I did not have the chance. So, anyways, thanks for joining us. I only have one last question for you guys. If you enjoyed the stream and you're not following yet, or if you're a follow, follower and you haven't subbed, or if you're a subscriber that let your subscription last, we have one question for you. What are you doing?
What are you
What are you
doing?
doing?
Signing out for the night.
Raid.
Raid.
Great.
We're about to raid.
Great.
1 second. For
Gonna raid.
do I
Gonna
need-
raid.
Go raid.
3, 2, and 1. Raiding now. Bye, guys.